Hey, hey, this is James. I am recording this from my dorm room at Davidson College, and I want to tell you about um, something I believe very strongly in, and that is that there are people out there who have this special quality, this special dynamic quality that they can just make lives better. They have a way of connecting with people, about bringing the best out of people. Something they bring out things that normal people don't even know that they have within them. They can bring these things out. So I was in Nicaragua last spring. It's a trip where it's the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. There's so much poverty. An earthquake destroyed the city in 1973, and it really hasn't been rebuilt. Um, on this trip, we visited a lot of organizations, doing things for rape victims who are children, for people living in fallen down buildings who really don't have a roof over their head. We went to an orphanage for mentally handicapped children. So we saw a lot of suffering, and I kind of expected to see that. What I didn't expect to find in Nicaragua were those people I was talking about earlier, those people with that special quality. And so it's a trip where a lot of people I was traveling with were really unhappy a lot of the time. We're really struggling, really emotional a lot of the time with things that we saw and those questions that we have to deal with. And the questions you have to deal with when you see suffering like that. But I was kind of in a totally different place from them. What I saw were those special people. In every organization that we visited, in stories, we stayed at a homestay, and the mother told us in tears about this priest and this nun who brought the community together when during the midst of the war, the Contra War, when they didn't have a roof over their head, when they had six kids living in one room, this priest and this nun brought this community together, educated the kids, educated the women, helped them all make a better life for themselves, and so I couldn't be unhappy when I was in Nicaragua, in spite of all this poverty. It raised questions, but more than anything else, it just inspired me to do more. That's what God wants from us, to be those dynamic people that can bring people together, can bring the best out of people. So when I reflect on that trip, I have the sad images, I see the faces, but I also just remember the feeling of being in the presence of those great dynamic people. Those people I did not expect to find in Nicaragua, but I was so happy when I did. So it's really become my life's mission to be one of those people, to inspire, to change lives, to serve God by serving my neighbor. Um, that's my story. Thank you for listening.